Hello, it's Dindanmex, another game of League. Ranked. Alright, so I got a really good one for you here. Was playing with one of my good buddies. I don't know if he got jungle in this game. I think he did. Yeah, he got it. It's Miss Rowdy. So big ol' shout out to Miss Rowdy. Um, really, I normally do very well with him. It's a really good duo. He's usually bot. I do like his jungle. I do like his volley. But let's go ahead and get started. Yeah, so you're not seeing incorrectly. That's a smite. Reason I'm using this because I want to take out 3 people out of the game. So 3 ADs: the Quinn, Trundle, and the Yas. The only thing is that each one of them requires something different to kind of completely make them, I don't want to say useless, but yeah, kind of obsolete. Trundle's 2 main weaknesses on items when Garen is fighting Trundle is Sunfire Cape and Thornmail. Once he has those 2 items, Trundle's practically done. Like his cheese of just ulting you and going ham on you with just wailing with basic attacks, that's it, and his bite become extremely obsolete. They were wondering why I went Smite. Okay, so the only thing that I like about Sunfire Cape, it's a little continuous fire damage that it does, or magic damage. Let's go. 30 seconds until minions spawn. So the only bad thing is, okay, so that's how you take out Trundle. The way you take out Quinn is usually Thornmail and Deadman's. So Deadman's works very well against Quinn because you get to chase her down. So, but you also still need Thornmail. And then the way you take out Yas is usually Thornmail and Radiance only. So I don't know if you noticed, there's 3 armor items that I need, which is Sunfire Cape, Thornmail, oh actually 4 Deadman's, and Radiance only. So if you pack on all those 4, usually it doesn't do that well. It doesn't. The armor qualities kind of fall off. So if you don't know this already, usually 2 armor items or 2 MR items are the most you want to put on any given champion, almost on any given time, because as soon as you put in that 3rd armor item, it's not going to give you extra defense against AD anymore. It actually drastically reduces the amount that you would normally get if you just had 2. So to offset that, Sunfire Cape is the one that I need for Yas and Sunfire Cape is the one that I needed for Yas and Trundle. Swain also, he has to be up close to you for his ult to work. So Sunfire Cape also works very well against him. Same thing as Fiddles. Fiddles has to ult in. So Sunfire Cape looks like it'd be a must for me. Besides, I'd be able to also farm up better. Usually to farm up very well with Garen, 2 items are necessary, and that's Sunfire Cape and Thornmail. You just can clean up shop, especially with your spin after that. If you're close to Quinn while that's happening, then obviously you trump her too, because it's too much damage. They can't keep up with your damage, just because it's too continuous and you're too tanky, and they can't regenerate too much health because of Thornmail. So instead of going for instead of going for 3 items, 3 armor item, or 2 item. Here I make a mistake, by the way. So I can kick her ass. The only thing I forgot is that Trundle was gonna be there. So she ends up getting me, which I was a little pissed off. That was my bad. I was punking her technically, and I guess they noticed that I had the Smite, so they obviously came after me. I should have known. I see, look, Quinn saying that I guess I used Smite or something like that. Alright, so anyways, coming back to this. Yeah. So then what I came up with was, if I go jungle, first of all, she can outrange me on the pokes. So if I go jungle, or if I go smite, I can get those big minions while she's trying to outfarm me, and I can get health out of them. So that was my initial thought. By the way, I told the volley to be careful here because I think he was chasing him, and I was gonna go and take a look. I should have known that he was gonna take the long way, which he does. Right there. And so I try to go back and help him out. But he ends up running away. Very, very common stuff. You always want to watch out with your jungler because he'll probably need a lot of help. But as you can see here, this is where the smite proves up very powerful. Able to take out minions even faster just because you do more damage to minions. Yeah, that's perfect. Like, you don't have to fight those things too much, so it all shakes out and works out. Anyways, coming back to the build. So instead of having 3 armor items, I decided, hey, you know what? If I can get past the very beginning of this stage, because I think he's the weakest in the very beginning like this. Once I build Cinderhulk, it should help me with all my stats. I would be extremely. Besides, there'd be another smite just because they were trying to take objective, and Scuttle is very big now, so I can actually contest it with a jungler. So I can fight him, which my build was to trump out Yas, Trundle, and Quinn. So I get the benefits of Sunfire Cape with Cinderhulk, which is the little fire thing. That's the only thing I cared about, by the way. The armor is not that much, like big old difference. It's actually I find Sunfire Cape like extremely comical because it's more of an offensive health thing than it is more of a defensive item. So I think that there's some tank items that are more offensive than defensive. For example, Dead Man's Plate, I believe, is more offensive than defensive. Sunfire Cape, more offensive than defensive. Radiant's Omen, that's pure defense. So, like, that's kind of what I see Cinderhulk as, or Sunfire Cape as. So Cinderhulk, I believe, is the stronger version of Sunfire Cape, just because it gives you the health boost at 15%. It actually works very well with Grasp of the Undying. All you need is armor after that. And if you were going to go armor anyways, it becomes beast. Like, it becomes so strong that, I mean, they can't contest you. I can literally 1v3, and you're going to be seeing some of that here shortly. Trying to see if I can farm up very well here. I do poorly, so don't make fun of me. Alright, so those 3 key items work out very well, and then I'm going to be getting more health as time goes on. So if I end up putting on, let's say, an attack item, it would have to be like Black Cleaver. Okay, so you're like, dang, okay, so how does that work then? You can't put 4 AD or 4 armor items, you said only 3, yeah. So Cinderhulk is going to be Yas, to be Trundle, and to contest against Fiddles and Swain. So 4 people, Cinderhulk. And if I ever get too close to Quinn, Quinn's fucked. So technically 5 people. So Cinderhulk does very well against those 5-3 people. 5-3 people, those 5 people. I'm going to build Thornmill to make sure that I got enough to take out Trundle. And to make sure that Quinn doesn't, revive herself when she's trying to take me on. With her fleet footwork or whatever it is that she has. But she went electric, it's even better. It's a lot easier for me. And I'll put Radiant's Omen, just in case. I know who's going to be going, crit, which is Yas. That's normally always goes crit, and it's a lot better, I believe, than going Dead Man's. Dead Man's I'd be able to catch up to Quinn, but I mean, Trundle's not going to run for me, and Yas more than likely is not going to run for me either. So I can always catch Quinn. I mean, I did kill. I can always catch Quinn by Radiant's Omen. She has to, at some point, she has to kind of come in and jump in and hit me back, and at that point I can press it, slow her down just enough so I can catch up back to her. And if that ends up happening, then she should have a luck. Anyways, I don't know if you saw that. The reason I flashed computer was to make sure that she didn't flash away. I don't know if she had it or not. Yeah, she had her flash. So the silence did more than I guess what she thought it would do. If she comes here back, this is a mistake, by the way. I don't have Thornmail yet. No, this was a mistake on our part. Quinn's too, but our part too. Because Volley goes in there, and then Volley goes back in there, and now Mr. Critman's there. Here he has some crit. I don't have Radiant's Omens yet. See, so Radiant's Omen would be perfect versus him. Plus the Thornmail, that's too much. And if you're talking, and I already have Cinder Hulk, or I'm about to have Cinder Hulk, so that's the 3 items that are extremely strong against Yas, which is Cinder Hulk because he has to be close, so his little defense shield is going to go down just by getting hit by that. I don't have to Q him. Thornmail, obviously if he hits me, then his little shield item goes down too, and he's not going to be able to heal up. And Radiant's Omen slows down his fucking crits, which that completely nullifies his kit. He becomes literally, he can't hit me. If he decides to fight me one-on-one, I'm just going to fuck him up the whole time. Oh, and Ninja Tabbies. You add Ninja Tabbies onto that plate, I mean, you are talking about insane amount of tankiness for Garen. Garen just becomes like this massive monster. And if you just keep adding health to him and AD at that point, they can't beat you. They can't beat you 1v1. They can't beat you in a team fight after that. You're going to be extremely strong against them. The only one that you should be slightly afraid of should be Swain. Swain and Fiddles. Good thing for me in this match is that Swain and Fiddles aren't doing that well, so I don't have to put on any MR, even though it would help out. But we still get first turret. Trundle tries to come and fight me, which is pretty dumb on his part. I take so much aggro. Look at that. I already took a lot of damage there. Not the opposite right there. I think we die here. Yeah, see, those 3 are the ones that I'm building for against. I don't know if you noticed, but they all actually came towards me. Which I find very comical that I was actually building against them, because they're really the only ones that can kind of snowball the game, besides the Swain, but the Swain wasn't doing too hot. Look at him, he's 4-0-0, Trundle's 1-0-3, but they're really strong in this meta at the moment. Quinn's 0-2-3, but that's just because she's just pretty bad at Quinn. But Quinn can also snowball, but we caught her off guard a few times. And that's a thing for junglers to take a note of. If you're a jungler watching this, if there's a squishy up top, gank there first. Make sure they can't snowball. Quinn's thing is if she snowballs, she'll normally run the tempo of the game. But if she gets behind, she becomes obsolete fast, and that's what you want to do. You want to be able to take out players before they can do anything. Now Yas is very big, so if he gets rolling early on, he can snowball the entire game, which is one of the reasons why I'm putting on Radiant's Omen. If I can slow down his crits, plus I have Thornmail, plus I have Cinder Hulk, I should be extremely strong versus him, no matter if he's fed or not, just because my build counters what he was trying to do initially as a build. So in this match, I'm more playing towards team fighting, and I'm more playing versus 1v3s, and countering the opponent's build more than it is countering their champion. A lot of people make a mistake of trying to counter the opposing team's champion. I believe that that's okay if in theory, if you guys are both equally skilled at that same champion that you're trying to counter with them. But at the same time, I think it's a lot easier for you to know your character and counter with your build against their build. Because if their build becomes obsolete, they can't snowball you. Your strength becomes immense, as you'll see here shortly. They're going mid. So our team, besides Lucian, is doing bad. Lucian's doing actually very fucking good. So they took 200 turrets, and then here comes a really nice counter push. If you look at my item set, I have Bramble already and Ninja Tabby Boots, so I'm already pretty strong against it. So I'm actually pretty strong versus Trundle too already. Cinder Hulk, Bramble Vest, getting close to, you know. This is a counter punch. Remember, we ended up killing Yas. Besides, there's red, and so here's a split decision. This is where you force them to do something. Either you're going to take down Rip, or you're going to come and try to take this. Oh, there was a ward there. Now, I also had Smite, so just in case if he tried coming in, there was nothing for him. And then he died. That's what Cinder Hulk does. There's 2 Cinder Hulks, by the way. He was taking double the damage. And we took 2 mid turrets. That was a very big win on our part. If he would have stolen Drake, we still got 2. If he would have stayed over there, we would have gotten Drake. So either way, it was a win, and that's what you want to do. That Fire Drake is extremely important, especially when you don't have damage, or if you do have damage. This is important all around because it helps out in team fights. It helps the team fight kind of favor you when you're contesting it. So if you're into team fights, then you should put very strong priority on red bit. And I've never done this before. I never did this in norms. I never practiced it. I just thought about it because I knew that I needed at least 3 armor items. And Cinder Hulk doesn't completely count as an armor item, but it's a health item. And that 15% it gives you is a lot. Like, it actually adds on to your health a lot. Like, I'm at 2,482 in under 20 minutes. That is a lot of health to get through. Then if you look at my armor... My armor's at 208 already. I don't have a lot of magic. It doesn't really matter. Let's see how much I have. I also have 32.73 increased armor and magic resist. So I'm doing pretty good. My attack is only 114 though. But if you max out Q, it still does a really nice chunk. Remember, the whole point is sustained fight damage, which is going to happen with Trundle and Yas. They're going to have to get close. They're going to have to poke you with their, shit. And your job is just to be able to absorb it and counter while absorbing it. And if you can engage in them, even better. A lot of people end up being afraid to engage a Yas just because they know the amount of damage it can do. But if you can reduce that damage drastically, then the Yas kind of becomes obsolete. Like, that's his main skill set, I do Q him. He does no damage, which was perfect. I don't know if y'all saw that. There was no damage. So I don't have to put on MR. That's where I ended up... You have a game plan, and then you kind of come and go as the game progresses. So you're either, oh, this is great, or you're either, oh, this is not working. So Fiddles is dead. There's a team fighting on the bottom. Look at that crit. Our Echo died. You also gotta kind of look at what the map is able to give you and then go with it. So if you notice how the reason I was backing is I didn't know where they were at, but then I got to see where they were at and I just went for it. Now here's another thing. There's a big ol' pool. We just pulled 2 people. They killed our ADC, so it's time to back off. You always want to kind of take. You always kind of want to take what's available. Nothing was available there. So. We ward Baron. We gotta have eyes on it. Keep growing. Keep getting farm. Fiddles goes and takes the fucking vision. Dick. Oh, they had vision. They did see me. Oh, they were trying to get the fire drake. We saw the fire drake too. They were calling it out. Now Echo has Smite too, so I don't know, Echo, if you decided to copy us or you had whatever you had in mind. Leave it in the comment section below. But I find that pretty comical. You also put on Smite. I don't know if you were just copying me, thought I was trolling or something, but there was a reason behind it. Now there's a time to engage. There's a time when you should chase and when you shouldn't chase. Drake's about to pop up. We have to make that a priority. If we get that Drake, we are going to be very much ahead. Here comes the fight. Our Volibear is entering the fight late, but that's fine. I ward that side. Volley's there. He ults in prematurely. That is going to cost him. I'm spinning. Trying to make sure they die. I kill one. I smite the other. Kill another one, and then I back off because I'm pretty low. Oh, that almost killed me. Now, good thing about Garen is his regeneration. This is where you want to make sure that you get it. At the same time, we got more kills than they did. And I have another Smite available already. I have 2 Smites for them. Stacked them up. Easy Drake. Now we have even more strength when it comes down to fights. If you didn't know what happened in that fight, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be breaking down team fights later on. Obviously, I'm going to need a little bit more time frames and stuff like that, and hopefully I get some support from you guys. But I can break down what I was thinking in that fight, so you guys can kind of know who's the main priority, because a lot of people don't, and so you can kind of see what's supposed to go. Like, there's time frames where you're supposed to engage on a certain person, and a lot of people usually go for the first one, which is normally the tank. And then you unleash all your abilities on there, and that was the wrong one to do it because he doesn't die or he doesn't even flinch, and then you get shit on. So there's a lot of little things you have to need to watch in a team fight. That's like extremely hard. A lot of people still try it, but it's extremely hard to get it right all the time. Even the pros still don't get it correctly. So, but team fight breakdown is very fucking important. If you go to YouTube and look up, I think it's a breakdown, the breakdown. I think from League of Legends, it normally teaches you very well how to react to certain things and what to think of when you are fighting. And the fights happen really quickly, though. Really good. Great job there, T2. Alright, so right there, as soon as you see that the two of the people have died, it's great. It's a time to push now, especially since they didn't take too much damage. He got two, he missed it. This is a good one here, Shirley. Yeah, Quinn didn't see that. There, I know Trundle can't beat me 1v1. Look at that. I'm literally under the damn tower fighting him. I separated Trundle from Swain there. First of all, I knew I could tank the turret. Okay, this one, I don't know if we died here. That was a nice cool thing. And then damn, Q can't do anything. Dies. Yas can kill us. I was able to spin in time to save him. I have Radiance Omen already. I don't know if you notice how strong this shit is already. I have Radiance Omen, I have Cinder Hulk, I have Ninja Tabbies, and I have... That's why when I went versus Trundle, I knew I wasn't going to die. And I was tanking a lot. So in that fight, if I would have tried going versus Swain, Swain has regeneration. So I more than likely would have died with the rest of them. Or we would have probably died. So what you want to do is you want to X out the component that helps Swain out. Our team did more than enough damage, but Trundle would have been able to use a pillar, you know, put his little, hit somebody, one of our team members that was probably doing the most amount of damage. So I went towards him knowing that if he decided to attack me, I can beat him. And if Swain decided to put aggro on me, I can, you know, still tank enough and make our team win that team fight. Funny thing is that Trundle flinched, so Trundle started running away from me, which was perfect, because now it was a 3v1, I believe. I don't want to say it was a 4v1, I think it was a 3v1. Okay, so right there, that was a bad fight from our Lucian and our Echo. That I was winning the fights with them and for them in some of these scenarios, and they just decided to go a little too ham. I almost died here. This is insane that I lived. Great job on Miss Rowdy stealing that Baron, because they had it. They literally had that Baron. There was no chance that we were going to do anything. I mean, I was taking so much aggro there. 5 people won. I can't believe I ended up living out of that. I was going to try to ult one, but they were right outside of my reach, and I knew that if I chased, I would have died. And it wouldn't have been a good trade just in case if we didn't get Baron. But it bought enough time for Volley to come in and save the day. He did die, but he got the objective. And that's the whole point of a jungle. People say, well, you could have smited with him. Yeah, I could have, but like I said, if I die and then he dies, it's not a win. I went did as much damage as possible and then got out. And if he did the work, he did the work. If he died, oh well. So there's another red Drake coming up, and so now this is very important objective for us. Or is it a win? I think it's a win first. Yeah. Very important objective too, especially for movement speed. A lot of people downgrade the Cloud Drake. The Cloud Drake is extremely strong. Right now, you get movement speed outside of the match, so you can flank, or you can outposition them. That's one. The second thing is, or chase them, so they're gonna have to hit you. Is he coming through? That's too many smites there. That was bad. As soon as that Q came in, he was dead. This fight didn't go according to us. Swain did so much damage there. we were focusing on the wrong one. That was a very bad play from us. We took out the fiddles. After that, we should have just gone after either Quinn. Oh, Quinn died. Okay. We should have gone after Yas, Quinn, and you leave Swain and Trundle alone. The regeneration. This is funny right now. Look at this build this Trump is. Look at that. He ulted me too. Look at that. So much, man. I mean, besides, I'm like 3 levels ahead of him too, so I can't believe he just had to fight me. The 1v1s, I own them. I'm 9-2 and 6, by the way. We know there's 2 bots, so we're catching them out of position. Queen can't do anything. Look at that. My team backed off. They backed off. I'm dead. So the whole point here is just to try to get as much time as possible for them, which I do. Damn, you got 950 points? So, and the team did the right thing, which is just let me die, and then they went and got and took some other stuff. Now, we were... Yeah, so there you go. Good job. But I don't know if you noticed, instead of me running towards the team, I ran away. It was over. I was dead. But the whole point was to get the inhib, which is great for a death. An inhib for 1 death is a great trade, especially if it's the second time you destroy it. Minions are a little bit stronger. The later on the game gets, inhibs become extremely important. I mean, they're always important. So I put Black Cleaver on just because, what's his name had Ninja Tabby Boots. A few people have Ninja Tabby Boots. It's to shred the defenses that they have, just to get it done and over with for my team. And if they don't have any defenses, then it'll just shred them even more for the team to do more damage. Because I'm going to be in the middle of the whole entire fight, just absorbing damage and giving them grievous wounds, which we need, so it slows down their healing. Giving them the emulate or whatever it's called for the fire, and then just being there for the team, help them out. Watch this. This is pretty funny. So they're all going mid. There's only Quinn top, so I know I can take on Quinn. Now I don't have the speed to take her on, but. See, there it is. There's the slow. There's another slow. Bam. Bam. She's running as fast as she can. Bam, bam, bam. She thought I was going to back off there. And they surround me. I didn't see them though. They were all there. But that Quinn could not run. She called out everybody, but the good thing is that they had to split up, and that's what you want them to do. You want them to split up. I saw that there was 2 bots. I saw that they were going mid. I was like, Quinn's by herself. Now they did react fast enough to come by and try to help her, but it didn't work out in her favor. She still got raped, and that made our team keep the pressure being forward. Which we got bot turret, And now our team's trying to get that top turret, but I don't think we can. Now Baron is still up, so we can take Baron, and another Infernal Drake is coming out. This time it is an Infernal, so we have options. And now I'm back. Killed Quinn, separated them some. We got bottom turret, and then we killed Swain after that. I mean, Blitz died, but Blitz support is supposed to die. 10, 4, and 6. Two smites for that red Drake. Nobody in sight. I kind of gave it up, to be honest. They're at Baron already. Here, Rowdy made a mistake. They thought that we weren't going to be able to catch up, but we were. We got one down. But I didn't make it. And they got me in the blitz, so. But we took out Trundle. Trundle had like no contest. I got him and it was over. If Volley was there, I think the match would have been in our favor big time, so. It was close. It was close. He was almost there. Now they do have Baron buff, but they're still behind. 62,000 to 69,000, and they have to do a lot more than that to be able to catch up. Also, Echo starts to do damage now. His build is finally catching up. He's challenging Smite, so he's able to do a ton of damage. I can just take all this shit here. I'm level 17 too, so Yas is level 18. Now I'm level 18.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
I'm gonna be honest, this kind of stunned me. The little minions just took out practically the turret. The turret was at 100%. Look at that. That stunned me right now. But this here is actually pretty fun. That pool, perfect pool. She's not going anywhere. She's down. Trundle can't do anything. He's down. Look at that. He fell flashes. I'm like, you're not living. Now we took them all out. We aced them. That should be game. Now, a lot of people would disperse here in this fight, and the wrong idea is you gotta attack and you gotta attack quick. So, Quinn's the only one that's up. She's not gonna do anything. Biggest thing is take out that inhib. Best thing she could have done here, though, is die for the inhib. Like attack me or something. But look at the damage. She literally does no damage. She's 3, 7, and 14. I was like, I didn't know I'm here. That vision stays on for a while. Elder's coming up, so we have 3 smites. Elder should go down pretty quick, especially if everyone's level 18. That's 3 grand. And we have the 3 fire drakes and a wind drake, so we're extremely perfect for team fighting. And then if you get the elder, that should be good. I am full build. I decided to get GA just because it adds more armor to me. And it allows me to die, to really go in there. And I have red on, so I have a bunch of health. I have 4.9 approximately, which will just keep growing because I'm just going to be taking minions. And then if I end up dying, if I revive, that's just too much. That is a lot. I have 352 armor. That is insane. Here they played it wrong. They're out of position. And Quinn gets caught. As soon as she's dead, the game's practically over. They needed her to stay alive. Volley's over there fighting. Who's he fighting? I don't know, but that grab was insane on the Swain. He's healing very well, but it's too much. He decided to hit me. I have Thorn. Can't do that. I'm so big right now, man. That's game. The Swain was their main ace. Quinn's gone. I have too many minions. I'm too fucking tanky. I don't even really need to hit them. He dies already. That's just too much, man. Too much. And it worked. The idea worked. Was I surprised? I'm not gonna lie, I was. It was a gamble. And usually that's what you should try to do when you're Garen versus AD comps. Especially if your team is not that tanky. To help them out. I was 15, 5, and 10. So it's 25 of those deaths I helped. 25. There's 41. So it's more than half. But yeah, hopefully you guys like that video. You guys get to see the amount of damage Garen was still doing as a almost like a fucking complete tank. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the little notification tab icon so you can get more of this good content. Hey, Garen's Smite works. The Smite actually slowed down Quinn also, which allowed me to catch up to her. Radiant's Omen did the same thing. If she tried going crit, it wasn't going to work, which she did put a crit item on, which kind of nullifies that part. Same, Yas was all crit, but he wasn't able to do too much just because of that. And then Swain's regeneration, if he decided to hit me, yeah, you can't hit grievous wounds, you know what I mean? Like, you have a thorn mill, you want to stray away from hitting me with a basic auto. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the little notification tab icon so you can get more of this content. Big ol' shout out to Miss Rowdy, great job. Possible Stoner, you did great there in the end. T2, you were doing great. You kept it cool throughout the whole entire time. Luke, you had some sick holds there, great job. But other than that, good fight, good night. Bye.